Hello, everyone. Welcome to Developing Palettes. I'm Aaron Loomis coming to you from the Drew Estate Studio. With me today is Jiunn Liu, Seth Geis, and from the Pastani Studio, John McTavish. How you guys doing?
Superb.
Good
Good.
man. It's shocking that the NFL season ended on week 6. Like it seems really short. I figured 18 weeks, but it only lasted 6 weeks. Very
For
weird.
for for your team and my
Well,
team?
certainly for my team, yes. Yeah, correct.
Well, yeah.
Yeah.
It's okay. You know what's nice about having a team that has no expectation? You watch the rest of the games with no expectations. It's actually kind of freeing.
I,
Do
I would
you?
be okay. I would be okay with that, except the media knows that if it bleeds green, it'll lead. So like it's just not it's going to be a nonstop media barrage for the rest of the season, and it makes social media kind of rough.
That's why New York is highlighted. It's a good thing. You guys are in the media, right? It's like, the alternative is your Ohio team that nobody gives a fuck about, aside from LeBron, having LeBron come out of it. So, you know what I mean?
I
Not
know what
even
you
the
mean.
Guardians. By the way, I thought the Guardians was like a WNBA team until I looked them up.
This is what I'm saying. It's a weird name.
Yeah. All right. So today we are talking about the El Titan de Bronze Redemption Corona. Cigar is 5 and 5/8 by 46. Comes out of the El Titan de Bronze factory in the United States.
You got a photo of that
Wrappers
bad boy?
Ecuador. What was that?
You got a photo of that bad boy?
Oh yeah, falling off here. So
Yeah, gotta
let's see
keep
if
you
I can
in.
do
Gotta keep
that
you in line.
here. There you go. Wrapper is Ecuadorian Habano. Binders Nicaraguan Esteli. Filler is Nicaraguan Jalapa and Esteli. Blended by Sandy Cobas and Giselle Herrera. Price point is $15.99. And the cigar was released in July of 2024. So with all that out of the way, June, what was your overall experience like with the cigar?
Mine was just average. I'm actually really curious if you had the same experience as me, because I kind of hope that it was a one-off. But I so first of all, there's actually a lot of nice things about this, a lot of good notes that I got. Like I wrote down buttery sweet wafers, like the stuff you get at the grocery store, the round disc wafers.
Yeah.
Okay. It was really nutty. It was like a really nice amount of accented pepper, but there's this overarching theme of bitterness that I got, like a wood bitterness, like an oak tannin bitterness, and that destroyed all the other good flavors. And the more I smoked it, the more I tasted that bitterness, which really brought it down to like an overall average cigar. So I didn't really Giselle over this, you know what I'm saying?
All right, Seth, what were your thoughts? That one came out of
Damn.
nowhere.
That was just well played, man. So, I was with June. I actually just kind of found it just slightly below average, or maybe just in general below average. It just seemed really like tight and constricted and restrained. Earth, tobacco, spices. There was this sharp mineral and herbal quality. It just never seemed like it would open up. And I don't know. I don't think it was youth. I just kind of feel, well, maybe it was youth and just the tobacco. Um, Seemed young a little bit as well. It was just medium full strength and body. I had some issues with the burn and draw as well. And I've smoked the Coronas and Robustos, and it just was kind of that similar profile throughout. So it was like a really young, harsh El Titan release. With just those, herbal, mineral, spices, earth, tobacco flavor profile. John?
Well, I mean, I overall found it kind of above average. I think I was a little surprised by the intensity. It was like Seth said, it was medium full, and I guess in my head going into it, I was kind of expecting it to be more medium, medium minus, and so that kind of caught me off guard because the first third kind of like starts out quite full or medium full out of the gate with sweet tobacco, spices, and earth. It's not overwhelming in the palate, but it's just a lot heavier than I would have expected. And then, sort of as it settled in, a lot of like earth, wood, spices. A little bit of chocolate came through as it settled in, and that kind of balanced out the profile for me in the first third. And then the second third, to June's point, I think there was this sort of woody component to it, and a musty component to it, and it was good, but like it just kind of fell short for me because I felt like it never really came together in a in kind of the way the first third did. So, like I got spices, earth, espresso, but like it wasn't organized as far as the flavor profile went for me. And then the last third, kind of creamy spices and wood, and that wood just took on some tannins, took on some dryness, and that was kind of the story of the last third. Burn was pretty good for me. I mean, I put on there that it was wavy to start, but I didn't have to do any corrections. So for me, that was a perfect burn. And then I had the draw slightly into the resistant spectrum, which it's kind of a personal preference thing. I think on a Corona, that's where I'd want it, but I can't rate a draw for different Vitolas. So, according to kind of the way I rate draws, I had to dock it for that. So all of that to say, it was above average experience, I think, for me. What about you, Ryan?
Yeah, for me, this year I started with toasted cedar earth and black pepper. Got some mustiness that joined a bit later. Second third saw some creaminess join in, and then final third saw the black pepper and creaminess pair up and increased in fullness. Just an average flavor profile throughout. There was some decent transitioning of the flavors, but not enough overall excitement to make me want to come back to the cigar. I might be trying another Vitola, but since Seth says the Robusto is about the same, I'm not sure. Price point's fairly high, I think as well. So that's probably not gonna attract me back to it either. All right, let's get into the scores. We're gonna start at the top with John at 5.95. Jiunn gave it a 5.75. I gave it a 5.5, and Seth gave it a 4.9. So, John, how'd that 5.95 match up for you?
Yeah, that matches my experience bang on. Even if you took away the draw component and got it up to the 6-1, and we're not even factoring in price at this point. That's not where I would be if I want to return to it. I'd really need it to be 65, 63 plus to sort of get my attention. I mean, like I said, it was pleasant, but it's not something I'd be returning to at 5.9.
All right, Jiunn, 5.75.
Yeah, definitely. I mean, I do want to smoke another one to see if I get that bitterness. Uh, most LT Time releases I've liked. So I find it odd that I found a bit of a dud. So I want to try it again.
Okay. My 5.5 matches up well. Average flavor profile throughout. Construction was really good. Just a little bit of wavy burn, a little snug draw, but nothing that really took away from the overall score. But just not enough going on for me to want to return to it. All right, Seth, 4.9.
Yeah, I wouldn't return to it. I've smoked probably a handful of Robustos. I haven't had some of the Coronas that you send and that they send as well. Really high price point too.
What was the price point again?
It's like 17 bucks. 15, never mind.
Yeah, 15.99.
So it just, yeah, it's I don't know. Like maybe they need to be aged for a little bit. I don't know. It's just it was just really unpleasant. It just seemed like a really young, harsh El Titan release. So yeah, I wouldn't come back to it.
All right, any final thoughts from you guys on this one?
Yeah, I mean, I just want to comment on the price because like it's weird, but like $15 adjacent that's kind of where everything is now. Like
Yeah.
that's kind
Plus
of
it's coming out
where
of
the
the
average
US, it's
price
got to
is.
be higher labor costs, all that stuff. So
Yeah.
Yeah.
Do you think they've Espinoza'd themselves? You know what I mean?
I don't even understand that reference. Break that
You
down
know,
for
you know what I mean?
I know what you mean. I think I mean
Oh, I know what you mean.
it's a bit of an ambitious release, and I guess I'm kind of curious. Like Seth said, like I kind of want to set the other Corona down for a couple months and return to it, and because sometimes cigars like a couple months and all of a sudden they're brilliant. So I don't know.
Multi-Done does release stuff that sometimes is a little young. I think they're one of those factories that does. I don't know. I felt like they've had that quality, especially with recent releases. Um, I don't know.
I don't know,
Miami
man.
ain't
I
what
just
it
want
used to be.
all All right, wherever you're catching this video, be sure to like and subscribe, but check out the
Well,
full
they acted
written
north of themselves.
on the
Okay,
website,
anyway, I better stop.
nohouse.com. Follow us on the social media channels, and you can catch all of our review recaps on podcasts, so iTunes, Google Play, and Podbean. Thank you for tuning in. We will catch you on the next one.
Redemption.